All, are you ready? Get it on! It is time to do this thing. A quick sound check. And hear me? Get it on! Do this thing. Check. Shit. Not quite. Copy. Shit. I have to start this something. I'm not digging this. I'm not. Oh. Shit. All right, let's see if I fix this thinger. All right, let's see if I fix this thinger. All right, looks better. You guys think it looks better? Sound better?
Alright.
Whoa. Okay. Okay, so that's fixed. So I'm going to do this stream here on the Flat Earth Association channel, and then I'm going to edit out all this bull crap and do a condensed version on the Flat Earth Asshole channel. It'll just be Flat Earth Asshole versus Eric Dubay. But I'll edit out all this other garbage, you know, me testing and all that stuff. But I wanted to present this live because when I do this sort of format, when I react to the video, I'm going to watch Eric's video and react to it. I want to get me reacting in real time and you guys just seeing the whole thing shake down. So anyway, all right. So we're just going to go ahead and wait for a few people to rejoin the chat since it just shut down, and then we'll get started here. So what Nikki Love says, oh my God, I can hear you. Cool. Cool. That's good. Zonica 8 says, hola from TJ with Tijuana. Multi Tom Tom says, wear a fress, FEA. You must mean dress. No, I'm not going to do that. But I am going to discuss Eric dressing up like a lady again for the third time. I'm sure he does it more at home. Conspiracy Reality says, everyone light up your joints. All right, we got a little crowd building here. Looks like the stream is fixed. So, as most of you guys probably saw, Eric Dubay mentioned me for the first time on video. I've never seen him ever say my name on a video. And that was the very first time. And I was wondering about him, whether they have people typing up his messages for him, whether he has handlers who put him out in front of the camera from time to time and have him dress like a lady and act like other men in order to do damage control. But then he goes right back to reading books, you know, reading other people's work like Samuel Robotham and what have you. So anyway, I thought that if I called him out hard enough and went after him enough, that he would eventually produce himself to us. And that's precisely what happened. He produced himself for us. He came out of hiding. We hadn't seen Eric for a while. We've only seen him, or actually we haven't seen him, we just heard him reading, you know, just reading material like usual. So I brought up the thought, hey, what if Eric is dead and they just have old audio recordings of him, and that the real Eric is dead, and that they can't even put him on camera anymore, huh? What if that's the case? And I knew that I could probably gaslight him into putting himself out there on camera for me and addressing me in one way or the other. And I like to think that it worked well. So either I got to Eric enough that he had to prove that he wasn't dead, because even his own subscribers were probably asking if he was alive. Either Eric had to come out and prove it, or his handlers decided to pull the puppet strings. Here, Eric, we need you to go on camera and dress like a lady again and act like other men. Is that one of your hobbies, Eric? Dressing like a lady and acting like other men? Hey, Eric, did you look in the mirror while you were practicing your Pat Steer impression to hone it in just where you got it? I mean, she's clearly your favorite. You've done her now, what, 3 times in all the videos. She's your favorite. So do you sit around watching her videos and then look in the mirror and dress like her and get it just right before you go on camera? Or did you do that on the first take? I bet you dress up like Patty Steer in the mirror. You dress like Patty Steer in the mirror. And then you dress up like other men. Now, I'm pretty sure you practice your impression of Mark, and you practice your impression of Jaron. I'll bet you practice your impression of me. I got you to dress up and act like me. In fact, the 2 guys who woke me up to the flat earth Eric Dubay and Matt Powerland have both dressed up like me and acted like me. Yeah, I think that makes me the most influential person on the flat earth. I've got Matt and Eric to both dress up like me and act like me. It's what you call influence, folks. Now, if you'd have went back and told me that 2 years ago when I started watching those guys, my head would have fucking exploded. No way. I would have thought, I mean, I was enamored with Eric and Matt, and I loved watching their videos. If you would have said, hey, I'm Jake from the future, and guess what, Jake? You're going to eventually slit the throat of these guys' characters, and they're going to melt down. And then they're going to dress up like you and act like you. I would have lost my mind. There's like that could never have been true in my mind last year or 2 years ago that this was going to happen. But there he was, dressing like me, acting like me. Wow. And some people think it was a good impression. I personally think it was a rather generic impression of me. But, you know, that's my opinion, and that's neither here nor there. But why don't we go ahead and watch it, just in case some of you haven't seen this yet. I'm sure there's a few of you who haven't seen it, and a lot of you would like to catch up. Let's go ahead and watch it. Oh, what a lovely lady. What a beautiful lady. Look at your silky smooth skin here. Hey, buddy. I got some chest hair. See this? See this? Some chest hair. You don't even have any fucking chest hair, dude. Okay, lady boy. Looking pretty smooth there, lady boy. All right, let's get started with this wonderful masterpiece of a guy who's not divisive. He's not divisive. I'm divisive. He's not. Here we go, baby. Flat Earth and Other Shill Potatoes, Part 3 by Eric Dubay.
Welcome back to Flat Earth and Other Shill Potatoes. I'm your host, Patricia Steer, as always, bringing you people like Mr. Moot.
Well, my name is Mr. Moot because my true identity is irrelevant. Who I am, what I look like, my talents, where I come from, all that is totally irrelevant to what my message is.
Some Comandante Carlos.
Why do you wear the mask?
Well, for several reasons. I mean, I don't think shame is one of.
Here we go. Let's get to it.
Hello.
There was no way I could beat that dress with conventional weaponry. So I relied on technology.
Since many of you seem to still not understand this, I am not a crossdresser or a transsexual.
Oh, you're not?
This is a Versace choker. I wear this
is it?
to hide my man's apple,
Oh,
my Adam's
okay.
melon here.
Yeah.
Obviously, I have a feminine figure.
Yes, you do. Very
Sloping
smooth,
shoulders,
hairless. Yep.
jawline.
Mm-hmm.
I've never done any plastic surgery whatsoever. No Botox, nothing of the sort. I'm vegan. I'm against any sort of unnatural body modification. But I am not a transgender crossdresser.
You're not?
You can see here.
What are you, Eric?
This is indeed
What?
a pillowcase.
Oh.
Thereby, I do not qualify
Oh, wait.
under the stringent standards of what would denote a transgender. I'm not. Okay.
Yeah, he's not cross-dressing. He just has on, you know, a pillowcase and a scarf and a headband. Yeah, he's not cross-dressing, you guys. It's okay. He's not cross-dressing. Hey, why don't you go walk around out on the streets of Thailand or anywhere else for that matter and ask local men what the fuck you look like. Ask them if you look like a man or a lady. And we'll see what they say. Go walk around your hometown looking like this. I'm sure you probably do anyway. But why don't you film it and go up to men and ask them what the fuck you look like when you wear that. Do you look like a man? No, you do not. You look like a lady. You pull off the lady pretty good, actually. You've done this a lot of times, dude. I'm surprised your subscribers haven't figured out by now that you're a cross-dressing ladyboy who also likes to act like, dress up like, and imitate other men. This is your hobby that you do at home, Eric? Dress up like a lady and act like other men. Yeah. There are no videos of me going to that extreme. I've made fun of shills. If I want to make fun of Matt Powerland, I'll just channel his energy and just do a quick impression. Everyone will know who it is. I don't have to dress like a lady or act like another man by dressing up like him. I can just do an impression. That's what talent is called. This is beyond an impression. This is an infatuation, is what you have. You are infatuated with Patty and Jaron and Marky and me now. Wow. I've never had another cross-dressing lady boy also dress up and act like me. Matt has dressed up and act like me, but I haven't yet to find any videos of him being a cross-dressing lady boy. He did make out with and lay down with another man on an MTV TV show, but he didn't dress up like a lady 3 times. So, like recently, you're doing this recently. Matt got paid at least to be on MTV. How much do they pay you to put on the dress? Nothing? You're doing this for free because you're such a truther? Out of the kindness of your heart, because you're such an awesome truther. You love Hitler so much. You cross-dress like a lady, and then you told us all it was flat. I mean, how can we not listen to a bastion of truth like this? He's not a cross-dresser, you guys. Don't worry. It's just a pillowcase. You know what? If I go up to ask people what you are, what are they going to say? Are they going to say, yeah, that's a man? Or are they going to say, looks like a lady?
Okay? Stop it. It's too much. It's gone too far. Okay? I'm a vegan woman, half Jewish, 53-ish years old, and I look good for my age, and I have no Botox, no plastic surgery. Okay? I'm not.
Let's get to the part where he acts like me. I can't sit here and watch him acting like a lady that long. Like, we'll just get to the, if you want to watch the rest of this, you guys know where to find it. There he is. Now, at first glance, doesn't it look more like Powerland? Come on, that looks more like Powerland than it looks like me. And you'll notice when he does his impression of me, he has to start by going, hi, I'm Flat Earth Asshole. Like, you have to say you're the name of the person who you're doing. It's a lousy impression. Here we go. You guys ready? Here he comes. He's going to do the best Flat Earth Asshole impression. Yeah.
We've got a great show lined up for you. Don't we, guys? Let's just get it. We'll get everyone to say hello. Everybody just say hello. Hey, Patricia. Hey, you guys. Look, Flat Earth Asshole here. I just took some time off from doing young Robert De Niro impressions to come and say, the earth is flat. What are you, living in a homeless tweakers shelter like me? I'm not living in a homeless tweakers shelter. I'm traveling all over flat America, getting all the flat earth pussy I can. Why you pay me to do it? Super chat with IPS all day long. Flat earth asshole. Yeah. Oh, and now that I'm back, now that I've fucked all the flat earth chicks I could are all around America, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna call out the AE map. You know, the AE map is fucked, alright? It's wrong, okay? I decided. You know how I decided? Some guy from Australia sent me a compass, and it was like southwest slightly, instead of just west. Boom! AE map finished.
Woo! Okay, whoa, we got a lot to cover there, man. Dang, that's a really good impression of me, right? I mean, that was dead on, man. You got me really hard, dude, like right here, like right in the heart it really hurt. It hurt really bad when you said that I went out and I got all the flat earth pussy. That really hurts, man, that I went out and got all the flat earth pussy. Ouch. Ow, Eric. Eric said I got all the flat earth pussy. Listen here, Eric. I didn't get all of it. Just most of it. Come on, dude. This is you getting to me by saying I went out and got flat earth pussy? Yeah, dude, I don't live in Thailand and bang lady boys. I'm a single man, vivacious and charismatic. And yeah, when I show up into a city, I just might have gotten lucky once or twice or 3 times a lady. But you, sir, you live in Thailand and you probably walk down to the lady boy whore store and pick yourself out another little lady boy to take home. Show us your wife, Eric. Show us your girlfriend that you live with in Thailand on the military base, right? You know, after you get home doing yoga classes all day. Can't believe people actually think that that's what your real life is. Where's the videos of you actually living in Thailand, going out on the streets, talking to other flat earthers? Oh yeah, it doesn't exist. You know what I was out doing? Meeting people, like putting together flat earth meetups and bringing real flat earthers together, meeting them, talking to them. People have met me. People know me. They can vouch for me. Nobody fucking goes and meets you. Nobody can vouch for you. In fact, I know a lady who has met you, and she says you're more like an autistic retard than a flat earth genius. Your ex-girlfriend? Yeah, she has it out for you. And I noticed she's been debunking you pretty hard. Sandra, or Alex Sani, whichever, she's been going after you pretty good. I think I'm gonna bring her up and put her on later when we finish this video, but nobody vouches for you out in Thailand. You're some mysterious character. But I went out on the road and I did meet actual people. And I have plenty of people who can vouch for me. So let's get onto this map, lady boy.
Finished. Flat Earth asshole. New leader of the Flat Earth movement. Because
Hold up.
all over flat America, getting all the flat Earth pussy I can. Why you pay me to do it? Super chat with IPS all day long. Flat Earth asshole. Yeah. Oh, and now that I'm back, now that I've fucked all the flat Earth chicks I could are all around America, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna call out the AE map. You know, the AE map is fucked, alright?
It is. It is. Totally fucked.
You know how I decided?
Uh-huh.
Some guy from Australia.
Some guy.
sent me a compass, and it was like southwest slightly. Listen.
Okay. Some guy in Australia didn't send me a compass. He videotaped himself using a compass. Did you watch my video, Eric? The guy in Australia used a compass and pointed it at the sun setting, okay? And it set to the southwest, the opposite direction of your supposed circling sun, just as it rises from the southeast, also the opposite direction of your supposed circling sun. Now, not only is this backed up by that one guy in Australia, I also included another video from Tasmania of a guy producing the same exact results. So now you have to say that both the guys in my videos are lying and they don't live in Australia or Tasmania, or that they used their compass wrong, which is the position that you are going to take. And I'll show everyone that after we finish the video. But guess what, Eric? There's more than those 2 guys who live in the southern hemisphere. I can get thousands of people to put a compass on the sun. Are you going to say that they're all using it incorrectly? Oh, and if I go to timeanddate.com, it says that the sun sets to the southwest and rises to the southeast right now at this time of year. Imagine that. All the scientific websites actually match the physical experiment results that the people in Australia and Tasmania videotaped and sent me. Why don't you ask your subs who live down there to do the same thing and prove me wrong, chicken shit? Because you know damn well it sets to the southwest and rises from the southeast this time of year, which debunks your little stupid circling sun. That's why you dressed up like me and mocked me and avoided my physical evidence. You didn't make a video about me systematically debunking me. No, that would have been a really good thing to do if I was a liar and I was wrong, right? But you didn't. Instead, you do your best impression of me and mock me. So I'm going to show you guys the scientific websites here when we finish this video, and I'm also going to show you those videos from Australia and Tasmania again. And guess what? I can actually show you their Facebook pages, and they're going to produce more videos. I'm going to have that guy in Tasmania put landmarks of Tasmania in his video, and he's going to go to an even better location, and he's going to, maybe I even told him if he can to get it going into the water so there's nothing obstructing the sun whatsoever, because it keeps setting further southwest, baby, and it's just going to further debunk everything you're saying, you liar. So we'll continue right now, but we're going to come back to this. I'm going to show you guys the websites, and I'm going to show you the physical proof. And you guys, rather than just saying, Jake's a liar, Jake's a shill, go ask anyone who lives down there to put a compass on the sun. Make sure that they've adjusted for magnetic declination. Oh, and guess what? Those websites, they've adjusted for that too. Here we go again.
Slightly. Instead of just west. Boom! AE map. Finished. Flat Earth asshole. New leader of the Flat Earth movement, because I'm here to tell you not to trust any map. Now, I know Dubay already says that he doesn't 100% trust any map anyway, and the AE map is the best, current map we have, the Hammonds, the Gleason.
Did you hear that? He doesn't 100% trust the map, but the AE map is the best we have. The best. Best? Excuse me? Best? Oh, I believe that would be an opinion of yours. Best? I can say this is the best shirt in the world. It is. To me, it's the best shirt in the world. But that's my opinion. I didn't win a shirt contest against other shirts where they awarded me a fucking ribbon that says, yes, indeed, it is the best. Just like your map, your Frisbee, the fake flat earth map, yeah, it didn't win any awards for best flat earth map. Did it win a Flatty award? Did Patty and Marky give out a Flatty award? For best map, the fucking AE circly sun map with the ice wall that surrounds you wins the award. It's the best one we got, says Eric. So if Eric says so, that means best is really the best? It's opinion, man. I gotta say a chick has the best set of tits, but some other guy could come along and say, nah, dude, I've seen them and there's lots better. It's an opinion, dude. It's an opinion, man. Best map. And I hate to say that, it's just your opinion and we can agree to disagree, but we can't just agree to disagree, because not only is it not the best, it sucks and it's shitty and it's wrong. It's provably wrong, demonstrably wrong. And I'm going to prove that over and over in this video. I'm going to drive it home. I'm going to stick a nail in your character's coffin, Eric Dubay, where the only people left following you will be cult-like zombies who we will all know to avoid.
Better than the globe maps and the best flat earth maps available to us. But instead of admitting that, what I'm going to do is call Eric a shill and everybody else a shill who ever uses the AE map. Because this guy sent me his Southwest compass, okay?
He didn't send me a compass. He videotaped himself using the compass. And then I went and I checked all the websites that tell you where the sun's going to rise and set. And a lot of you guys are like, who agree with Eric, are like, those sites are wrong. They're wrong. Oh, really? So you're telling me when a globehead wants to know where the sun's going to rise and where it's going to set, that it's going to be wrong for them too? Come on now. If the sites are wrong, then the globeheads will get pissed off and they won't use them. They'll call out the sites. The sites wouldn't be in existence if it didn't match reality fairly closely. They put compasses on the sun, Eric, in Tasmania and Australia in those videos, and videotaped themselves putting the compass to the sun and proving that it's not going in a circle, that it's going the opposite direction to the southwest while it was setting. Okay? You can check the scientific websites, which agree that's what it's doing. And then you can go ask anyone to go do it themselves. It's not hard. Everyone's got a Facebook page, and all you have to do is go ask anyone in Australia to stick a compass on the sun. You can ask a non-flat earther who doesn't give a shit about flat earth or the globe or anything. Just get somebody in Australia to do this, and then go get a few people to do it. If you don't believe one person, get a few people to do it. I'm not worried about it because I know people in not only Australia are seeing it do that. People in Africa, South Africa are seeing it. People in South America are seeing the same thing. And on all the websites, it says that. So you have to then say all the websites are wrong and the guys in my videos are wrong or lying. But this guy, Eric, he's the truth teller. He knows all and sees all. Everybody else in the world, when it comes to sunsets and sunrises, is wrong, except for him, the ladyboy cross-dresser who also likes to act like other men. He knows it all.
End of story. It's over. Emacs finished. Eric's brace shill. Flat asshole. Anyway, how you guys doing?
That last part you were right. The last part was correct.
What did you think of the Flat Earth conference? I mean, wasn't that just emotional? I mean, coming back to my everyday life afterwards was just...
We'll just get to the parts about me. That's all that matters right now in this video. Oh, there we go. There he is again.
It brought me on this obvious lie because he wasn't...
Oh, here's a good one.
No. A message, and the message said, "Hey Eric, I've got something I want to talk with you about." To which Eric never responded. And then Robbie and Mark and everyone else started saying, Eric was invited to the conference and declined.
You were.
Then when Eric confronted Robbie on this obvious lie, because he wasn't invited, nor did he decline, Robbie doubled down on it. And now Mark and everyone else has been continuing this lie. Now Eric Dubay blocked me on.
Oh, let's straighten that one out real fast, actually, shall we? I'm pretty sure I have this screenshot right here that says a little something like Robbie Davidson right there saying, "Please contact me if you wish to discuss this further." And then there you are saying, "Thanks, guys. I appreciate the invitation and am glad you've created such an event. I've got a full plate as it is, however, so I won't be able to attend, but give my support to everyone helping spread the good word. Peace." What did you just say? You said, "Thanks, guys. I appreciate the invitation. Invitation. And I'm glad you've created such an event. I've got a full plate as it is, however, so I won't be able to attend, but give my support to everyone helping spread the good word." You fucking liar. He invited you, and then you supported it. You just said you give your support. Oh, but supposedly you weren't invited, right? You weren't invited, which is why you used the words, I appreciate the invitation, because you weren't invited, huh? And then you gave them your support. You gave Robbie and Patty and Marky and D Marble your support. Oh, wow. Classic. And then you deny it while dressing like a lady. Let's continue, shall we?
Now, what nobody ever knows is because all I ever did was post my own material on every post of his, so he blocked me from being a freaking spammer. But what I say...
Okay, so I posted my videos on Eric's links back when I got started on Flat Earth, when I very first started, I'd post my videos in groups, and Eric would do the same. I'd see him posting his videos in groups. And one of the ways I could get more posts in without Facebook kicking me out or kicking me off for being a spammer was by putting my links on Eric's links. So if Eric posted a video, I could put in my link in the comments, and then people would see that and it wouldn't be counted as a group post. Whereas if I post in the group, you can only do that like 10 times and then they'll kick you off of Facebook for a week for being a spammer. So I was trying to get more posts when I was getting started because I was a newbie and I was building up my fan base, and you were my favorite, dude. You were my favorite, man. And yeah, I used to watch your videos and a lot, and I used to like see you posting in the groups, and I thought, oh, I'll post in the group too, and then I'll post on Eric's link, and maybe Eric will watch the video, and maybe he'll hit me up, and we can be Flat Earth buddies. I used to be like that. There are videos of me that where I couldn't wait to watch Eric videos, and so yeah, man, I used to post my videos on yours. But you stayed subbed to my channel and you would comment on my videos. Like you commented rooting me on my videos plenty of times after you blocked me. So why didn't you just say, hey dude, don't spam my shit? And I'd have said, oh, okay, sorry. And I would, but you didn't. You just blocked me a long time ago. And that's your reasoning, is because I used to post my links on there. Okay, fair enough. You blocked me because I was being a spammer. All right, fair enough. I guess I could give you that one.
Eric Dubay never gave me a chance, and he just blocked me on Facebook because he can't handle the Flat Earth ass. Yeah, they've been delving into Metatron and how they created my website and our phone apps and how that. On the GoFundMe back 2 years ago, we're talking about work. This is how I figure out who's legitimate or not. If you have a circular flat Earth map anywhere on your Facebook timeline, show Flat Earth asshole here.
No. You're not automatically a shill if you're still using that map. You're just naive. And just not quite too quick on your head foot, on your feet head, you know? I can only point out the mistakes so many times to you guys, and if you choose not to see them for yourself, if you choose to ignore the evidence, that's fine. You know, you'll be the ones who are easily debunked and looking like idiots. There's a reason why this guy and Mark Sargent both agree on the same map. And there's a reason why the BBC has had Mark Sargent show up with a circle. Oh, look, you guys, here's what it is. And it maybe is just this thick. And yeah, this is how it works, you guys. So they had Mark Sargent show up on the BBC, and he did some other big time show, like morning show in Britain, where he's waving around the fake map. The same one you use, Eric. So you and Mark and Jaron and even Matt, to most extent, all agree that this is it. Isn't that crazy? So you want to connect me with Mark and Patty and Jaron when you are the one using the map that they use. You use the same map that Mark went on TV waving around. I'll bet you thought it was really cool when Mark went and waved around that stupid map and got made a fool of on TV. According to you, it's the best we got, right? Or how about when Nathan Thompson had millions of people see him take a flashlight over this, and then some dude automatically debunk him and say, yeah, but the sun rises from the east and sets to the west, and if you did this, it would circle inward and outward. And Nathan was like, but I think it does, though. He debunked his own self, just like Mark debunks himself with this. You show up with this, you debunk yourself. So you like to use the same provably wrong, demonstrably wrong map and model as Marky and Jiren, the guys you say are shills, but you want to associate me with them. Cool, yeah. Okay, yeah. Gonna associate me with them when you use the same map as them. Okay.
No, shit, obviously. I'm an asshole, but I am genuine as fuck. The Flat Earth Society has been posting about me, claiming that I'm a member. I have said before that I'm a card-carrying member of...
Yes, Mark is the Flat Earth Society. So is Eric Dubay. So is Jiren. So is Patty. They're all walking, talking, living, and breathing Flat Earth Society. All of them. Oh, here's where you're going to make fun of my music. Yeah.
Robert De Niro look-alike, but only when he was young. We're talking Taxi days, Taxi Driver. We're talking Deer Hunter. We're talking, those old ones, the old ones. That's when he was good.
Ouch.
That's what I look like. Call that a Lunar Module. I call it a homeless treatment shelter. And whatever you do,
Ouch.
don't go to iFirst and read the thread they got about me. Jeremitisms are raging.
Oh, and then he acts like Dell. Yeah, like Dell's cool. Yeah. Dell and Eric are cool, but the rest are shills. Yeah, the guy who dresses like a lady is a lady boy. Loves Hitler. Yeah, him and Dell are totally cool. They're not shills. It's the rest of them, right? Yeah. All right, let's get to it. I think I'm ready to smash this fool. Let me see what's going on in the chat. Gregory May says Dubay is transpicious. Ivan Nurkison says Mark Sargent is 100% Flat Earth Society. They all are. Dubay, Jiren, Mark, Patty, Dearth. All these fools are walking, talking Flat Earth Society. And I don't want to say, oh, I'm the only one who's real. No, there are other people who are legit. They just don't get pushed and promoted. I'm a guy they have to talk about because they can't ignore me. My voice is too loud and I do too good of a job exposing them. This is how exposing the shills is for real. These other guys, think, oh, I'm going to expose the shills, but they've never made a Flat Earth video in their whole life, or a NASA exposed video in their whole life, but they're dedicated to exposing the shills. This is busting the real shills. You take down their stupid fake map that they're all connected to, and they all go down at once. See how that works? I take down the stupid fake Flat Earth map and model that they all promote and are connected to, and they all systematically go down. And they all systematically will go down. All right. Let's start with his response. He did leave an actual response to me. He just didn't include any of this in his video. So the only scientific actual rebuttal that he attempted to give against my evidence is in a pinned comment on his video. So he never did make a video debunking anything I said, but he did leave this little comment right here, and it's pinned to his YouTube video that he just made about me. So I'll go ahead and read it, and I'm going to systematically take apart everything he says. Everything. And that's going to be the nut and bolts of this debunking. Because the video of him making fun of me and mocking me doesn't debunk anything. This is the only thing he actually attempted to rebuttal me with. And he says, in response to the self-admitted asshole's latest videos, first let me say that nobody has claimed any map is 100% accurate, and his divisive stance against the best map we do have is just what controlled opposition does. All right. First off, best is your opinion. Just like I said earlier, I think this is the best shirt, but it's my opinion. You saying it's the best map is what you think. I say it's bullshit and garbage. And you might not have said it's 100% accurate, but you did tell everybody in your videos the azimuthal equidistant map, or the AE projection, is the flat earth map. You said is. You said it is the flat earth map. You didn't say it's the closest representative of. It mostly kind of looks like this. You didn't use any qualifiers. You said it is the flat earth map. I have a problem with that. If I say the sun is made of cheese, that means I'm implying that it is made of fucking cheese. And then if somebody says, dude, I just proved the sun's not made of cheese, I can't go, whoa, 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 I didn't say 100% made of cheese. I mean, it might like be made of like, you know, a hologram projection and then like maybe a little bit of cheese or something. Okay, I didn't mean completely cheese. You see how you just move the goalposts back when you take that stance? And then you went on to say I'm being divisive. Isn't dressing up like a lady and dressing up like Mark Sargent and dressing up like Jaren being divisive, you dumb shit? Before I ever made a video, you dressed up like Patty. And you dressed up and acted like Mark and Jaren. Before I ever made before there was a flat earth asshole, I never even made a video, and I watched you act like those people. Isn't that divisive? Is that not, or no, it's not divisive when Eric dresses like a lady. Then it's parody and it's comedy, right? Yeah. See, you're divisive. And I learned that there were shills and agents by watching you, because you were my favorite. And you told me by you acting like these people that they're shills and agents. So I went into Flat Earth making videos thinking I gotta maybe watch out for these people. And it turned out to be true. They are agents and shills. And so are you. Oh, let's continue with what you said. All right. Calling for a boycott of our best map. Best, yeah, your opinion. Calling everyone shills who promote it, and doing so by screaming into the camera for an hour certainly is not a productive way to point out potential flaws. They aren't potential flaws. They're full-blown fatal flaws that have been pointed out already for years, and you've ignored them. So I'm supposed to come to you like, Brother Eric, I come to you in peace. I would like to point out some potential flaws in your azimuthal equidistant map, which you think is the best. That's what I should have did. And a lot of people are like, yeah, you should have done that. They've been telling you for years that it's wrong, you idiot. Globers have been proving it to you it's wrong. People in Australia have been screaming, Eric, I'm a flat earther, listen to me, and you won't. You just label them as shills and block them. I've had a lot of people from the southern hemi-flat hit me up and tell me, hey, I'm glad you made that video and showed people what we were experiencing down here. Because people who live in the northern hemi-flat, they don't see what we're seeing down here, and they just believe guys like Eric Dubay. All right, let's continue. Potential flaws. They aren't potential. They're major, huge, glaring holes. They are fatal flaws. And they will immediately debunk the flat earth, all right? They aren't potential flaws. There's no nice way to go about telling Eric this, because people have tried, and he ignores you, okay? So there goes that. Let's continue. Secondly, if certain celestial motions are in slightly different places than assumed, that doesn't mean the map of the ground beneath us is at fault. Oh, yes, that there's many things that prove the map beneath us is at fault. This is where I'm going to start driving the stake through your heart here, Eric, because I'm going to prove without the sun or the moon that just the map by itself are terribly wrong. So let me go back. Where is it? Here we go. Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. This is the United States. That's where I live. The United States is 3,000 miles across. That's what we're told. Even before the internet, they were telling us that it's 3,000 miles across the United States, approximately 3,000 miles, give or take maybe a little. But that's the accepted distance for the United States. Now, how many 3,000 mile across United States, how many USAs can we fit between Sydney, Australia, and Santiago, Chile? How many? Looks to me like you could fit about 5. 5 USAs. Back to back to back to back to back to back. In between there. Now, 5 times 3,000 would make 15,000 miles. Yeah, 15,000 miles. So on this map, from Santiago to Sydney is a 15,000 mile journey. If the United States is 3,000, we use that as an increment of measurement. And since most of my subscriber base lives in the United States and many people watching, you guys know this is accepted information that our country, the USA, from one side to the other is approximately 3,000 miles. So it doesn't take a math whiz to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like about 15,000 miles in between there, huh? Yep. Now this is where I smash your face in, Eric Dubay. Here it comes, buddy. Oh, I've been waiting for this for so long. Oh, look at this. The Seattle Green says, "Hi, Eric. I'm being asked a question about flat Earth that I cannot answer. Can you please help me out with this? Globe Earthers are asking me how long does it take to get from Sydney to Santiago on an azimuthal equidistant map? Because they are giving me times from Sydney to Santiago that they say does not work on an azimuthal equidistant flat Earth map. They have also said you are avoiding this question. I would love to prove them wrong. Could you help me out with this, please?" Here it is. Underline, you guys, and I have this in my phone stored away. On the flat Earth map, he says, as in reality, it is no more than 7,000 miles straight line shot from the southernmost tip of South America to the southern tip of New Zealand or Australia. Did you hear that, you guys? He said it's 7,000 miles. But clearly, you can see. Oh, shit. My phone just dropped. Sorry. You can see, look, that's 15,000 miles, because if the USA is 3,000 and I'm using that as my increment of measurement, right? Yeah, you following? I'm trying to make this as simple as possible because Eric's subscribers are dumb fucks. They're retards. So listen closely, retard Eric subscribers who want to call Jake a shill and give him thumbs up. Listen closely. He said it's 7,000 miles from here to here. This is the United States, which is 3,000 miles. And I can fit 5 of them between those 2 points he mentioned, which would equal 15,000 miles. So that would mean it's off by 8,000 miles from what he says. Derp! That's not a slight mistake to be off by 8,000 miles. Oh, and just so there's no confusion, let's just check and see what Google says it is. Because people are like, Jake, you can't listen to Google. You have to listen to Eric Dubay, right? Oh, look, 7,046 miles from Australia to from Sydney to Santiago. Double check it. Double check it. Think I'm a liar? You think Google's a liar? Eric agrees and says it's 7,000. He's supposed to say it's 15,000 and say that they're lying. That would have been the right stance, but he fucked up. It says 7,000 miles on Google. Oh no. And then Eric says, it is no more than 7,000 miles straight line shot from the southernmost tip of South America to the southern tip of New Zealand or Australia. Ooh, so why does your map not represent that, Eric? Why doesn't your map represent that? 7,000 miles would be about right there, right? It'd be two USAs. Come on, this is easy math, you guys. 3,000 miles, the USA. Go 1, 2, just a little more to make 1,000. So we're at about right here. You know, 7,000 miles is just, it's not far enough to make this match what you're saying, Eric. So Eric says this is 7,000 miles. Are you guys getting why the map fails now? I'm not trying to make you guys all feel like idiots because I know my subscriber base is smart and they get it. But Eric's subscriber base, I have to talk really slow and I have to say it really slow and make it really basic. Looky, see? See the distance between here and here? Too big to be 7,000 miles, Eric. Yeah, so that means the distances on your map are badly, catastrophically wrong. The distances on the lines of latitude are all wrong. Do you know that? You see the way I demonstrate it? This is just one example. You guys can go look at the distances across Africa, look at the distances from one side to the other on Australia. Don't make me do all your research. Do your own research. Some of you flat earthers are really lazy. You want somebody like Eric or somebody like me to do all the work for you. The smart flat earthers are the ones who've jumped off of this because they looked into it for themselves. They didn't just wait to have it all handed to them. The gullible, sheep-like cult mentality flat earthers, they want everything handed to them. They're the ones that go, well, give me your map, Jake. This is the best until we see your map, Jake. I don't have to have a map to prove this one is shit. You see? I just proved that it's shit. I don't have to replace it with anything else to say that's shit. Anyone who can't see what, look, the USA is approximately 3,000 miles across. You can fit 5 USAs back to back between Sydney and Santiago on the AE map, which would equal 15,000 miles. Now go Google the actual distance and you will find in reality the distance is 7,046 miles. This is a meme that I posted on Facebook and you're free to go take it from Facebook and post it all over. It's a great meme. So this meme is going to be available to not only all the flat earthers, but also all the globe heads who want to smash flat earthers for using this. So I would recommend you people still using this as a profile picture or selling it on clothing. You're just going to look like a fool. You're going to look like a huge fool. How hard is it for me to get, you know, everybody pointing this out and laughing at you guys? You know what I mean? They're already doing it. They're already laughing at you. Okay, let's move on. So there goes the distances. I've 100% sufficiently debunked Eric's distances. So now we'll go ahead and continue with what he said about me. All right. So he said, secondly, if certain celestial motions are in slightly different places than assumed, that doesn't mean the map of the ground beneath us is at fault. So what I did there is I proved the map beneath the sun and moon, if you throw the moon and sun and stars out the window completely, the map is demonstrably wrong as far as distances go. I proved it just now. Okay, so we'll continue. Let's see. Thirdly, we have no way to confirm or deny the accuracy of the 2 videos posted as proof of the sun setting slightly south of west in Australia and Tasmania. Okay, so now you're going to try to say that those videos I used from Australia and Tasmania, they're liars, and that they're just guys with fake accents, right? Like there's some guy with an Australian accent, you know, somewhere else who's lying. Is that what you're going to go with? Well, by all means, Eric, why don't you produce any videos showing what's really going on in Australia? You've got over 100,000 subs. Why don't you ask them to help you and send you videos to debunk me? Oh, guess what, dipshit? All the websites that predict the sunsets and where they're at, they all say it sets to the southwest. Oh, and I happen to have that for you guys. You guys want to see it? You can do this. Don't make me do all the research for you, flat earthers. Come on, timeanddate.com. Plug in Tasmania or Australia, and then look where it says to the sun's setting. Look, sunset today, 8:34 p.m., 238 degrees southwest. Southwest. Sunrise, 122 degrees southeast. Both of those are in the opposite direction. You get it? So all the websites are agreeing with the videos that are actually showing that it rises in the southeast and sets to the southwest. What are you going to do, huh? You're going to say all the websites are wrong. All the websites are wrong. And Jake's lying, and everybody in Australia's lying. Do you guys know everyone who lives in the southern hemisphere is a liar if they go against what Eric Dubay says? Because Eric Dubay is the only one who tells the truth in the world, right? He told you the earth was flat, and he told you Hitler's an amazing, awesome dude, so how else could he ever be wrong about anything? It must be everyone else, right? Sure, dude. Go to timeanddate.com and check for yourselves, people. And if you want to go the route and say, Jake, those are based on the globe, they're not to be trusted. Well, then go fucking ask someone who lives in Australia to put a compass on the sun. Go ask someone who lives in Cape Town to put a compass on the sun. Go ask someone who lives in Ushuaia to put a compass on the sun. I dare you. You know what'll happen? Their readings are going to match this website. Wow. But that's all a conspiracy to protect the Frisbee map and the circle sun, right? Come on, y'all. It's demonstrably wrong. And guess what, Eric? That guy you said there's no way to verify? I actually got in contact with him, and he's kind of pissed off that you said that. His name is Robert, and he's on my Facebook friends list. And I can even find him real quick. And he's not real happy about what you said. And he's going to produce more videos. And I even told him to include landmarks from Tasmania, and even get the sun setting into the water so that you can't say anything like about it. And then show the website showing the same thing, man. I can slam this down your throat, Eric. I can, and I will. You can't. You have to run away. There he is. That's Robert. Oh, shit. Hope he doesn't mind me showing his page. Robert Jackson lives in Davenport, Tasmania. And I'm sure he doesn't mind if I find his videos. Yeah.
It is the 20th of October, in Devonport, Tasmania. The current time is 7:17 p.m. The sun now, on my last visual sight of the horizon, is setting at 254 degrees south of west.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, and then he shows his compass. And that's not like 2 or 3 degrees.
Don't pick up your readings very well on a compass
That's quite a few degrees. That's
when you're in sun filter mode.
quite a few degrees, not just a few, not just slightly.
You can see clearly that the compass is set on north.
This was in October. It happened all through November, and it's happening now in December.
South of west. For all you doubters out there,
So if you guys want to say Jake's a liar, that guy's a liar, they're doing this to create division and because they're shills. Go ask somebody who lives down there, man. I can get this guy to do this again and go stand next to popular landmarks. Do you guys realize in October when he did this, it's set to the south of west. In November, it's set to the south of west. And now in December, it's set into the south of west. And it's rising from the south of east. It's the opposite direction of the supposed circling sun. Let me put up a visual of that. One sec. Whoop, whoop. There it is. There you go. See, that's what they're seeing the sun do. So they're seeing it rise from the wrong direction, go over the top, and then set whoop, to the south. It's the wrong direction. They're seeing it come from the south of east, set to the south of west. Don't believe me? Ask someone who lives down there to just have them put a compass on the sun. I've already done it, and I can do it more. But you guys should do it. You don't have to trust me. I want you guys to go ask anyone to do the same thing. All right. So I have the videos, and I can go get more videos. And there's plenty of people contacting me right and left who live down there who say they can help and give me more footage if I need it. So I'm not afraid to produce more footage. You know who is afraid? Eric. That's why he didn't ask his subs to go put a compass on the sun. That's why he himself didn't include any videos debunking anything I said. But now we'll continue. So I'm systematically just taking apart everything that this man said. All right, let me continue with his message here. He said, okay, so we have no way to confirm or deny the accuracy of the videos he posted as proof. The sun's setting slightly south of Western Australia and Tasmania. Now, conceding all of these points, there are still problems to consider. For example, the following objection from Willard Golaby. They used proofs from Australia and Tasmania that did not factor in magnetic declination. And he put an exclamation point. Magnetic declination, really, bro? You're going to go with something that was made up by globe earthers that's based on a globe with 2 poles, and you're going to say that these guys who you can't confirm or deny because you never met them, you didn't even know who they are, you don't know their names, right? But you want to say that they didn't adjust for magnetic declination. How do you know? How do you know that the guy from Australia, that his phone doesn't adjust for it? How do you know that the guy in Tasmania didn't adjust for it? How do you know? Huh? Seems to me that's an assumption and not a proof, or proof of your assumption. Okay. Oh yeah, magnetic declination. So that's something that would only factor a few degrees. And all the websites would actually have factored that in. So when you say magnetic declination, now you're also having to say that all the websites, like I just showed you guys, timeanddate.com, now you're going to say that they didn't factor it in too. So everyone is stupid and doesn't know about magnetic declination except for Eric Dubay. That's what you're going to go with? Okay. All right. Right now, just because some goofball shoots an azimuth with his compass that reads 255 in Tasmania does not mean that the sun is setting southwest. You hear that, Robert? Eric Dubay said some goofball in Tasmania. Robert's no goofball. I've spoken with Robert plenty of times, and you pissed him off. And Robert, I think this is all the ammo you're going to need to give me some more footage. Robert's going to give me footage from Tasmania. That goofball you're talking about? Yeah, he's going to give me some footage from Tasmania in December. So over the next week or two, I'm expecting a little gift from Tasmania, the footage from him. And any other flat earthers down south who want to help out, I'm sure they're going to want to send me footage too. So you're going to have to say everybody doesn't account for magnetic declination except for Eric. Eric's the only one. And you have to say all the websites are wrong too. Slippery, buddy. You're the only one who's right and everyone's wrong who ever used a compass except for Eric. Okay, let's keep rolling with that, buddy. Magnetic declination for Tasmania reads 13 degrees in the north to 15 in the south. That tiny island, readjusting the azimuth to or very near the 270 west setting. I was not only a Boy Scout with backpacking experience, but I was a cavalry scout in the U.S. Army. Ooh, you were a Boy Scout and you were in the Army? Whoa, that means you could never lie or be wrong, right? Because you were a Boy Scout and you were in the Army. Yeah, well, I wasn't in the military, so I never had any military indoctrination, okay? So, if anything, saying you were in the military and you were a Boy Scout, so therefore you can't be wrong or you're not lying, is not proof. It's laughable. In fact, I think, if anything, it discredits you. All right. So you have to say all those websites aren't factoring in magnetic declination either. So all the websites are wrong. And all the people taking readings that prove what the website says, they're wrong too. Because you used to be in the Army and the Boy Scout. Cute. I was not only a Boy Scout with backpacking experience, but I was a cavalry scout in the U.S. Army, and I have always been comfortable with reading maps and orienting. I just wanted to give you a couple things that he is overlooking, as I know that he does not grasp these concepts. Oh, you know that Robert doesn't grasp these concepts. All right, hey, Robert, you hear what Dubay just said? And anyone else who lives down there, did you hear what he's saying? That you guys don't grasp magnetic declination, obviously. You know, the thing that Globers made up that is based on a globe with two poles. Let's read the definition of magnetic declination. I think I even have it on here. I think. Oh, yeah, I have the internet open. One sec, let me pull it up. Yeah, magnetic declination. All right, magnetic declination or variation is the angle on the horizontal plane between magnetic north, the direction the north end of a compass needle points, corresponding to the direction of the Earth's magnetic field lines, and true north, the direction along a meridian towards geographic North Pole. All right, so that's the definition of magnetic declination. It was invented with cardinal directions in mind, too. You know, cardinal directions which don't actually exist on your azimuthal map. That's the thing, many people don't realize that, like, there is a true north and east and west, and you can't just have it keep circling around there and make sense. If you haven't figured that out, you still have a lot of research to do. But let's continue with what Eric says. All right. Not only was magnetic declination not taken into effect, but the sun wasn't fully set in either video, meaning there were still several more degrees the sun would likely move before dusk. Oh, okay. So you're telling me because in one shot there was a house, the roof of a house, and then in another shot there were some trees, that it wasn't fully set, that it was going to swing back the other way. It was already setting to the west. Once it starts setting to the west, you're screwed, Eric. Or south of west. It was setting south of west. Once it sets south of west, you're already screwed. It's not going to flip and start going the other way suddenly if you take away the house or the trees. That's why I told him the next time not to have any trees or anything blocking the sunset. And he said he's going to try to go out and do it over some water, over the ocean. So when I get the sun setting into the water, what are you going to say then, huh? It's not going to be too hard to get. And all the websites say it sets to the southwest. They say it rises from the southeast and sets in the southwest. You can go verify that. Check that for yourself. So again, you have to say all the websites are wrong, but you're the guy who knows how to do it right. So you guys see how he's grasping at straws? Like he's trying to say my videos. Let me go ahead and show like what he's trying to fucking weasel his way out of here. He's trying to say that since there's trees, that it's going to swing back the wrong way. That's going to swing back the circling way. That it's not going to keep going south. If anything, when you take away the trees, it's going to set more southwest. So he's trying to say that these trees, like that's not setting, it's not getting a full picture of it setting, so that it could still swing back and just be west and not south of west. Wow, man, you are grasping at straws now, Eric. I can get somebody to do it without the trees. Most of us live in a place where there's other houses and trees and buildings and shit around. We just see the sunset where we can. But if we want to go above and beyond the call of duty, like when a liar like Eric won't accept the evidence, we can do that. So we will. We're going to go above and beyond the call of duty. Anybody down in the southern hemi-flat who wants in on this? Go get the sun setting into the ocean and stick your compass on it, because Eric will not accept any foliage in front of it. He won't accept anything in front of it. That's what he's grasping onto now. So apparently you're a liar and a shill and you don't know how to adjust for magnetic declination, you know, because you put a compass on the sun near your house where there happen to be some trees. See how much this guy is moving the goalpost back as far as he possibly can on this one? All right. So what else does he go on to say? But the sun wasn't fully set in either video, meaning there were several more degrees the sun would likely move before dusk. Beyond all this, we know for a fact the sun circles over and around our flat Earth because we have physical, observable, repeatable proof of it every year with the Arctic midnight sun. Oh, okay. So your Arctic midnight sun time lapse, that's trustable, right? But everybody in Australia who sees it do the opposite, they're not to be trusted, and they're wrong and stupid, and they're liars, and they don't know about magnetic declination. And so now you have to say everybody who lives south of the equator, all of them, that their compasses are wrong and that they don't know how to set them up correctly, and the websites are wrong. It's amazing. That's your stance. And you say you know that for a fact that the sun goes in a circle. Well, you have a daylight hours problem now, Eric, because if you know the sun goes in a circle, that means it has to light up all the locations, you know, throughout our summer here in the northern hemiflat, and then throughout the south summer in the southern hemiflat. It has to light up all the locations properly, and specific places get specific daylight hours that you can't fake. You can't say they're lying about the daylight hours because people live in those places and they experience the day and the night. So here's a little debunk I did of you just a week or so ago. People in Ushuaia, people in Tasmania, and people at Cape Town can all see daylight at the same time while it's dark at the North Pole. So somehow the sun's shining up here in Tasmania, down here in Ushuaia, over here in Cape Town, but it doesn't light up the North Pole at all. That's right now during this time of year. In fact, at 1 in the morning here Pacific time, this is what's going to happen tonight. I proved it a week ago, but it's going to happen again. Tonight, you can actually plug in, whether it's daylight in Tasmania, Ushuaia, and Cape Town, and at about 12:30 a.m. Pacific, 1 a.m. Pacific, where I live, when I plug in all these places, it's daylight in Tasmania, Ushuaia, and Cape Town, dark in the North Pole. Ouch. So your problem is that the sunlight area that it lights up has to change and morph throughout the year in order to get the sunlight hours correct. So then you end up with a problem. One sec, let me find my trusty meme. I didn't have this one ready. Now you run into this problem. So to get the daylight hours correct, in order for each location to receive its proper amount of sunlight year-round with a circling sun, the sun would have to be equipped with a shape-shifting lampshade. It would have to look like this in June. It would have to look like this March and September on the equinoxes. Here's interesting, because this represents 12 hours, right? Half illuminated, half in dark. On the equinoxes, it would have to be half illuminated and half not. But then throughout the year, it would also have to morph to this other shape like I showed you before in order to get the proper daylight hours. So how is your sun morphing throughout the year to light these up? Now, flat earthers who believe in a firmament or a dome, they go, oh, there's a dome, and the light inside there just magically bounces off the firmament and lights up everywhere magically, perfectly, somehow. I say, can you model it? No, but that's just what it does. That's what the domers will say. But last I checked, Eric Dubay doesn't subscribe to a dome necessarily. He doesn't say that a dome's been proven. I don't say that there is a dome or is not a dome because there hasn't been one proven to my satisfaction. So basically, Eric would have to adopt a dome and then say that the sun bounces off the firmament in order to change shape. You notice he's never made a video about this little problem? He never explained to you guys how the sun shape morphs throughout the year to light up everywhere. Yeah, that's a little problem, Eric. Specific daylight hours. You can't just have it go around in a circle like this, in a circle shape, and light up everywhere correctly. I explained that in my video, The End of the Fake Flat Earth. It has to change because on the equinoxes, like on a globe, it would light up half the globe and half not, like this. So your sunlight shape has to change throughout the year and morph. All right. So you got your daylight hours argument. So far we went over the distances are wrong. Even when you throw the sun out and you throw the moon out, the distances I already proved are wrong. Now when you factor in the daylight hours with the circle sun, those don't work. All right. So distances and circle sun daylight hours don't work. I showed you that the websites and people in Australia and Tasmania are proving that the sun is rising out of the southeast and setting in the south of west. So, what more do we need to do? I guess we'll read the rest of what he has to say. Just about done with you, Mr. Doobie. So he says, beyond all this, we know for a fact the sun circles over and around our flat earth because we have physical, observable, repeatable proof. Yeah, we have physical, observable, repeatable proof of the sun going the opposite direction. Down south, okay? So I know that time-lapse footage of what appears to be a circling sun in the Arctic. I will say it is an interesting piece of evidence, but it's like the only shred of evidence that seems to back a circle sun. But then you have to say that that's what it's doing. But then the people in Australia are wrong, and the people in South Africa are wrong, and the people in South America are wrong, and the websites are wrong. But up north, then it's correct. Then they're seeing what's right. So it's like you have to trust like the information from, so you'll trust what they say about the info in the northern hemisphere, hemisflat, but not the southern hemisflat. You can't pick and choose like that. Like and say, yes, they're accurate about this half, but definitely not this half. People are repeating down there over and over again what's going on. If it didn't match reality, people would have exposed it already. Globe earthers would have exposed it a long time ago. Hey, the sun's not matching this a long time ago. So you can't say you know that it's going in a circle and then use video time lapse from a place you've never been. Has Eric been to the North Pole? Did Eric take footage in the North Pole? No, he didn't. Eric's never been to the North Pole as far as we know. And Eric didn't take time lapse footage. Nobody I know has ever done that. So then he turns around and says that the South Pole doesn't exist, it doesn't have 24-hour sun. But then he says the North Pole, like, they do see it go around in a circle. Interesting, interesting. You know, people in Ushuaia right now are seeing like almost 18 hours of sunlight, and you can go verify that. In fact, your ex-girlfriend has done that. Let's talk to your ex-girlfriend for a minute, actually, and see what she has to say. Your ex-girlfriend Sandra, or Alex Sani. Yeah, she's a friend of mine on Facebook. And what does she have to say?
All right, this is Alex Sani, or Sandra Lilick, one or the other. And she is Eric Dubay's ex-girlfriend. And here is what she has to say.
Hello to all members of my group. I just want to say that I'm so happy that the truth about Ushuaia is spreading out. Today, if you didn't know, Jake Gibson's letter asshole mentioned Ushuaia in his last video. So be sure to check it, and the link will be in the post. And also thanks to my friend Isabella, who joined in my research about Ushuaia while so many flat earthers was against it. So it is all for now. Goodbye.
All right, so that is Eric's ex. That's Alex Sani or Sandra Lilick. She has two different names on Facebook, but she runs the channel Serbian Conspiracy, which I'll go ahead and bring that up. And she has two videos that are really good that she just put out about the daylight hours in Ushuaia. They're getting 17 to 18 hours of daylight right now. And with a circling sun, like, that does not work. That's a lot of hours. And she went as far as to contact regular people who live there who don't even know about the flat earth. She contacted them and asked them, like, how late the sun is out. And they're giving their honest responses to her just as people, not trying to deceive anyone. She joined different Facebook groups just asking people in Ushuaia what the sun, you know, is doing there and how long it's up and for how many hours. And she's getting the same hours as on the websites as far as their answers. And so I want to go ahead and show you guys. The channel's called Serbian Conspiracy. I'm going to pull it up here. And she's been busting Eric Dubay's balls pretty hard lately. Her video is, let's see, it's maybe a couple weeks back. So let me find it. And I'll put on just a minute of it, show you guys what I'm talking about, and give her a shout out. So the channel Serbian Conspiracy, it's Eric's ex. Where is it? Oh, here it is. And the video is called Southernmost City in the World, Ushuaia, 17 hours of sun, sunlight visible all night in December. And that's her video right there. And she doesn't speak perfect English, so when she has some misspellings and, you know, some grammatical errors, but she tries her best. So, you know, English isn't her first language. So I want you guys to bear with her when you watch her videos, because, like I said, she's trying her best to speak English. Oh, sounds off. 1 second.
Hi everyone. So far, but
Here we go. Southernmost city in the world is Ushuaia. Location is 54 degrees south parallel. Whoop! There she is. All right.
hi everyone. We are here in Ushuaia, Argentina, which is the southernmost city in the entire world. In fact, it's called Fin del Mundo. And what's amazing is we're actually 750 miles away from Antarctica. So not so far, but still pretty exciting. As you can see behind me, the landscape is absolutely breathtaking. This area is actually known as Tierra del Fuego, which means land of the fire. And interestingly, back in 1520, Ferdinand Magellan sailed here to the Beagle Channel with his crew, and at night noticed that the
Note, Ushuaia is a real city with real people living there. So you can't just say, they're liars, they're shills, they're all making it up. These people live there, and they experience 17 hours of daylight in the sun, basically not all the way completely out, but it doesn't get dark. They say let's 24 hours of daylight basically in this city, that the sun leaves your view for a few hours, but that it stays twilight for 24 straight hours. That would be impossible if the sun's on the other side of the freaking frisbee. Here, let me continue and push forward on this. And see, here's people.
Oh, I'm excited, Nick. Come on.
They're going to Antarctica from Ushuaia.
The anticipation amongst us, passengers, crew, biologists, and guides, is overwhelming.
So there's an Antarctic cruise that heads out of Ushuaia, and then a lot of flat earthers will say, "Oh, that's fake, and all the people are liars." It's getting to a point, guys. We can't say everyone's fake and everyone's a liar if they disagree with a circle sun. Okay?
north of Cape Horn, and the notorious Drake Passage, the stretch of water that's got us all on board, a little nervous and a little excited.
This part of the video is for people who say that this city doesn't exist. Let's see how the sun works there. Ushuaia is a city of 56,000 people. It would be very difficult to fake hours of sunlight. Exactly. Ushuaia on 54 degrees south parallel has 17 hours and 9 minutes sun above the horizon during a December solstice, 21st of December. It is summer for them. This is important that December solstice, Ushuaia has 17 hours of sun. Sun rises 4:51 in the morning and sets 22:11, military time, of course, in the evening. So same, let me pause it real quick. She says, the data on this is very important because if Ushuaia is on the 54 degrees south, has 17 hours of sun above the horizon on the 21st of December and sunlight visible all night because the sun is under the horizon less than 12 degrees, then many things that was said for the main proofs about the AE map are a lie. Like I said, she has some grammatic errors in here, so I'm trying to read it a little more effectively for her because English isn't her first language. But basically what she's showing here is that if this place is receiving almost 24 hours of sunlight, listen, people, if this is Ushuaia and your sun is over here on the opposite side, how the hell is it going to light up Ushuaia? See what I mean? Your sun, if it goes around in a circle and goes on the opposite side of the dinner plate, right? How can Ushuaia stay daylight all night if the sun is all the way on the other side from it at one point? They're saying they're seeing sun all night long. There's 56,000 people who live there. So you have to say that like they're all lying and they're all shills? Does that sound smart? And see, she produces a video with people actually in it. Regular people, not conspiracy people.
Got it stoned up? It's almost down.
So basically, she has a montage of videos from people who live in Ushuaia showing how it doesn't get fully dark. And so there's actually a lot of people out there with videos who aren't flat earthers, who don't care about conspiracies. They just live down there or they visited there and they were like, hey, look, it's midnight and it's not dark. You know, just as any tourist would do, you know. So what you have to do then when you see videos like that, you have to take that as evidence that there are regular people out there who live there and they film the sun being up and they say what time it is. And this was back in 2013 that this guy filmed this one. So before Flat Earth blew up, there's videos of people in Ushuaia, you know, the night in Ushuaia. He said it seems like it would be 6 in the afternoon. Then you realize it's 10 o'clock in the evening. Almost 10:30, 10:20. Still fairly light outside. So this is a video I want you guys to go check out, and you should definitely go talk to Sandra or Alex. I'm not sure which she goes by more often, Sandra or Alex, but her channel is Serbian Conspiracy. She's met Eric and has pictures and proof of her meeting Eric, and you might be interested in what she has to say. And she's went out of her way to prove that people in Ushuaia are seeing 17 hours of daylight and seeing it, that even when the sun goes over the horizon, that it doesn't get fully dark. that disproves a circling sun going around the outer rim of the flat Earth, okay? So we'll get back to the last thing Eric says, and we're just about done with everything that he said, and then I'll maybe even take some chat questions. Okay. So Eric then says, also the path of the solar analemma shows the sun is circling over and around us while slowing, moving northwards to the Tropic of Cancer for 6 months, then southwards back to the Tropic of Capricorn. No, that doesn't prove that it does that. People think that the sun is going in a circle or going in a figure 8 because of the analemma thing. It's just taking a picture of the sun each week and showing its position each week. You take a picture at the same time, let's say, or each month, you take a picture at the same time and show its position. That doesn't mean it went around in a circle or it went in a tight little figure 8 like that. In fact, I even think Lori Frary from the channel Flat Earth Conspiracy, who's been busting Eric Dubay and that map for 2 years, she even sent me a response about that. So let me pull up Lori's response because she explained it. She explained it pretty good. All right, she said, well, he says the analemma proves the sun is going in a circle, and that isn't true. It only shows that the sun travels back and forth between the tropics of Cancer and Capricorn over the year, and that's what makes the figure 8 when you take a photo of the sun at the same place and time once a week or once a month. The size of the loops determine whether the observation is photographed from the northern or southern hemiflat. That is both a globe proof and a straight path of the sun flat Earth proof, so it's a moot point, unless you're talking to people who've never researched it for themselves. So there's that, and I think he's only got like 1 or 2 more things left, and then he's fully debunked. So then he says, in conclusion, I would like to say that I agree with Jake's skepticism and that we should not claim any map model as 100% accurate without full exploration first. However, I strongly disagree with the supposed evidence given and the aggressive, divisive stance taken. Peace. So, the guy who dresses up like a lady, and before I ever even made a flat Earth video, he disagrees with my aggressive, divisive stance because it's only cool for him to be divisive. So Eric gets to dress up like Mark and Jaron and Matt and Patty and mock them and make fun of them and have a shill list and call everyone a shill. That's not divisive at all, right? That's totally cool. But what I did by proving that the map is wrong and demonstrating that it's wrong for you so that we can move along, that's being divisive. Well, guess what, buddy? You're right, it is divisive. I divided what is real from what is fake. I divided the truth from bullshit. In fact, I drew a line in the sand and firmly divided the critical thinkers and the smart flat earthers on the side with me and all the dumb, sheep, moronic cult followers and you firmly on the other side. The BBC just had Mark show up with the Frisbee looking like an idiot. Nathan Thompson went and debunked himself with the Frisbee looking like an idiot. And that's the same thing that you promote. The idiot map that gets you debunked. The same one that the mainstream media pushes. Same one that Flat Earth Society pushes. You are the Flat Earth Society, Eric. And you're going down. People have already figured out that you're full of shit. That's why you don't get hardly any views anymore. 130 whatever thousand subscribers and you get like 25,000 views now. Go look at the views of Eric's last 5-10 videos. He doesn't get shit for views anymore, dude. You know why? Because people have figured out you're full of shit. And the only ones left still watching you are your little cult-like sheep followers who just take everything Dubay says as gospel and they don't do any research. Because anyone who does research will run into what I've just showed you. And the Globers know it, and the smart flat earthers know it. And that's why we ditched the fake Frisbee map. It's because it's fatally flawed and it's impossible. And I don't think that replacing one lie with another, like replacing the globe with a fake flat earth Frisbee, is considered progress. Replacing one lie with another and calling it progress is delusional. So your opinion that this is the best? Well, I highly recommend you revise your opinion, Eric, because I've destroyed this thing here and now. I've been destroying this thing. Sunsets and sunrise angles don't work. The specific daylight hours don't work. And the distances along the lines of latitude don't work. I've 100% proven everything I've said. You guys can go check everything I've said here and look into it yourself. If you really want to hang on to this, you can. But you'll be looking as stupid as Mark Sargent did on his last interview. You'll get debunked on the spot by anyone who knows what they're talking about. If that's what you want, by all means, hang on to the blue Frisbee. But people are jumping off of it right and left. Just like people jump off the globe and on the flat earth each day, people are jumping off the Frisbee. Whoa! And onto something else like square maps, diamond maps, Earth is a simulation, we all see our own sun. They're figuring out this ain't right. It's badly wrong. It's not the best. It's badly wrong and it's fatally flawed. Eric Dubay is a snake oil salesman who sold you this and he sold me this. And he sold it to a bunch of us. And he still maintains that it is the truth, even though it's been taken apart over and over and over again, not just by me, not just by globe earthers, but by a bunch of people. Flat earthers, globe earthers, even concave earthers can take apart this map. So I advise everyone to do your own research and look into all the different ways the map fails. This is the only way progress will ever be had. So with that, I'm going to take a quick break and then I'm going to come back and get questions from the chat. But this has been the debunk of Eric Dubay, and I would like to see a coalition start with this channel, starting it. The Flat Earth Association and Flat Earth Asshole channel, of course, are one. And I'm going to say that the boycott of the AE map, I would like to see it turn into a coalition to where I would like to see other channels jump on and just be part of it. You're part of the coalition against the AE map. I haven't came up with a perfect name, but Flat Earthers against the bullshit AE map. Join forces, the coalition. We can just keep adding one name after the other. So right now you got Flat Earth Asshole, you got Serbian Conspiracy, you got Flat Earth Conspiracy, you got Preston Vaughn. You got a lot of different people out there debunking that map, and too many for me to think of right now on the spot. But I would like for us to start a coalition and get all our names together to where every time a major channel or somebody jumps off the AE map, then we can put their name on the list. Like, oh, it looks like ODD finally jumped off the AE map and he's figured out it's wrong. We can put his name on the list too. And it can be a coalition of people, smart flat earthers, who don't go for the fake Frisbee Flat Earth Society bullshit. That's how we separate ourselves from the Flat Earth Society. The coalition against the fake Flat Earth is separate from the Flat Earth Society. We need a physical separation. ODD would be the game changer, and I really hope one day he comes to his senses, because if he was to go on a mainstream media outlet with this and take a flashlight over the top of it, he would get his ass handed to him, just like every flat earther has so far who's done it. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. It ain't real. Look, you guys, just water in my frisbee, and you're surrounded by a 70,000-mile ice wall. Whoa. Oh, here's a good one. I almost forgot. I saw this one on Flat Earth Conspiracy Channel. One more before I go. Oh yeah, let me pull it up. It's on the Gleason map. You guys will like this one. It's a really quick observation debunk. One sec. What the hell was I just gonna do? No, I just drew a blank. Shit. Oh yeah, now I remember. Got it. Okay. Gotta go to the Gleason map and pull up the Gleason. Okay. Now, check this out. You guys should pull up the Gleason and go around the supposed ice wall. If you look underneath South America, they have detail mapped out in Antarctica right here. And if you go south of Australia over here, you have detail mapped out on the map. You see? I probably won't show up real good on this video, but you guys can do this. Any of you guys can just pull up the map. If you look below Australia, Antarctica is mapped out with detail. Like there's ice chunks that stick out and stuff like that. You guys know what I'm talking about. See, just there's ridges and detail. Here's where it gets interesting. A lot of these areas have no detail at all and aren't mapped out. See, there's ridges and detail, and then there's no detail, no detail, no detail, no detail, no detail. Watch. And then underneath South America, there's this chunk of ice. You see what I'm saying? That sticks out. The one that comes close to Ushuaia. And this is mapped. But then you get here, no detail. No detail. No detail. These represent 3,000 miles each. If this has all been explored, then why don't they have it mapped out with detail? They have this mapped out with detail. But here, blank, 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 blank. This is like 10,000, 20,000 miles that's not mapped out. It doesn't represent reality. There's too much area. It stretches out too much. That's why the distances are wrong on this map. Like along the lines of latitude, they had to add all these sections of ice in there that aren't real. There is no 70,000 mile around ice wall. And that's why they only have detail below South America and below Australia, and they don't have any detail on any of these other sections. Actually got that one from Lawrence on Lori Frary's channel, Flat Earth Conspiracy, and I had never thought of that one before. So that was a good one, that all these sections of ice are not mapped out at all, except for the ones directly below the continents. Okay, so I think I've pretty much addressed everything that Eric said to me in his statement to me. Shit, let me go back. Where'd it go? There. Yeah, because here it was just this one paragraph. That's it. So if you guys think maybe I skipped over it or I didn't address his points, you can go read it. It's on his Shill Potatoes video. That's his own comment right there. And that's it's for everyone to see. And that's how he addressed me. In the video, He just dresses up like me and mocks me, but he doesn't debunk a thing that I say. Not one single thing did Eric Dubay debunk what I said. In his paragraph here, he attempts to rebuttal me. But the reason he did a paragraph below his own video is so only the diehard Eric Dubay fans will see that and read it. He can't make a video debunking me because what I said is right. Otherwise, he would have. Wouldn't it have been really cool for Eric to debunk the flat earth asshole and prove the sun goes around in a circle and that I'm full of shit and a liar? He didn't do it. He left a little comment for me, which I smashed just now over and over again. So that's it. That's the guy that woke me up. The guy that woke me up, I have now annihilated him. He's done. Just like Matt. Anyone still watching Matt? And maybe you enjoy watching car wrecks. That's the only reason I tune in to watch Matt, is because I enjoy watching a car wreck. So anyone left watching Eric Dubay at this point, the only thing left for him to do is dress up like a lady again, go on Joe Rogan's show and hail Hitler and get debunked. Right now, I've seen level 9 cringeworthiness out of flat earthers going on TV. Mark Sargent going on the BBC, level 9 cringeworthiness. Nathan Thompson getting exposed on a major documentary, level 9 cringeworthy. Do you guys know that there is a level 10? Level 10 will be when Eric goes on TV against Bill Nye or Neil deGrasse, gets debunked catastrophically with the circle map and circle sun, while a studio audience erupts and laughs. And just before he leaves the set, he's going to hail Hitler. That's level 10 cringe, and it's coming. Or did I just stop it from happening? I've pointed this out a few times, that Eric could go on TV, get debunked, and then hail Hitler. How's that going to make us look? It'll be worse than what Mark Sargent just did. Makes us look really bad. Oh, and I can't forget, the IPS funded rocket launch. I said from the beginning that I do not approve of it whatsoever. I hope to God Mad Mike does not go up in that rocket. And you know why? It's because I have a vision in my head of the rocket crashing and burning, and the cameras getting a shot of the Research Flat Earth logo being all crunkled and crinkled after it wrecks and being in flames. And that'll be the vision all the globe heads see, is Research Flat Earth rocket crumpled, crinkled, burning. It'll look like a retarded joke. And then they'll say, these flat earthers are so crazy and dangerous, they actually build their own rockets. These people can hurt themselves. We might want to consider flat earthers terrorists now, if they're going to build their own rockets and might hurt somebody. You ever think of that? Flat earthers being categorized as terrorists? How about being categorized as clinically mentally insane? If Mad Mike is to kill himself in that rocket and they start classifying, I'll immediately change my name. And I already am thinking I want to distance myself from the name Flat Earth, because it's becoming fucking embarrassing to be associated with Flat Earth now, because of guys like Mark and Eric and Mad Mike with his rocket. Yeah, it's becoming really embarrassing to be associated with this. But that's what the government wanted. They rolled this thing out on purpose, and now they're going to embarrass us on purpose. And if you're too stupid to see what I've shown you guys here, you'll never get it. You'll never get it. And if you say I'm fake or I'm a liar, you'll never get it. You're permanently lost. All right, I got to go pee really bad. I'm going to go pee, and then I'm going to come back and hit some questions. But this has been the debunking of Eric, and we're pretty much done with that. And then I'll just take some questions. Got to go pee. Hold on. Okie dokie, I'm back, y'all. So, what do you guys think? Questions? Comments? Flat Earth asshole, you should also call out a boycott for anyone who denies that there is 24-hour sun at summertime north of the Arctic Circle. FEA, you are doing great, says Dr. Strange Scientist. Andy RB says ODD already knows. He says he's with you. Well, he hasn't came out and said that yet. What else? Jake, did you want Southwest Sunset from Australia, but we'll do it live? Well, I'm sure other people can do it live who live there. That would be cool. If there are Australian flat earthers who go live and do it, that'd be cool footage to get. FEA, when next map debunk video? I'm gonna get to work on making the big video, and I'm gonna include clips from this, clips from my other debunking videos, and I'm gonna take down Jaron, Dubay, Mark, and Matt all at once. The founding forefathers of the fake flat earth. I'm gonna take them all out at once. This was just to gear up to that because Eric just mocked me and acted like me, so I needed to make a response. But the other video I'm making, I'm gonna include more footage from the sun setting down there in the south. And it'll be the end of the fake flat earth part 2. And it's gonna shake the shit out of the flat earth again. Get ready. Name for the coalition, FE versus AE. I like it. Flat earthers versus the azimuthal equidistant map. Yeah, FE versus AE. How about a circling sun and moon, but the continents need to be positioned differently? No, you can't do that. A lot of flat earthers try to go both ways. They say, no, just because the sun, you prove the sun doesn't go in a circle, that doesn't mean the map's wrong. No, with the distances, I prove the maps are wrong. Okay, I proved already in my video the distances are badly wrong. So the continents aren't where they're supposed to be. So now for you to say that it goes in a circle, but all the continents are in a wrong spot, try and reposition them any way you want and make the sunsets and sunrise angles work. You'll be screwed. I've seen ways to make a sun work, in other ways by saying we all get our own personal sun, which could be something, or that the sun, rises out of the east, sets in the west, and then a new sun starts over. Or it comes out of the other side, like Pac-Man. I've heard people explain it in different ways, how the sun can move and how it can operate, but it going around in a circle over the AE map is an impossibility. So when people go, oh, well, just move all the continents in a different spot and then it'll be fixed. Oh, try it. Try doing that. Try cluster fucking all the continents around and seeing if you can fix it. I'd be happy. I don't know how to fix it, personally. I don't want that job. Like I've said, my strength is pointing out bullshit. I never said I was a good map maker or that I know for sure what the sun and moon are doing. I'm going to have a guy named Preston Vaughn on my show tomorrow, Flat Chat Live. Preston is also in the chat. Preston does not subscribe to the AE map or circle sun model, and he knows just as many ways to debunk it. And he's been coming up with some really good info on us seeing our own personal luminaries, and I'm going to give him a platform to talk tomorrow. So tomorrow night, 7 p.m. on the Flat Earth Asshole channel, my main channel, I'm going to do Flat Chat Live, and I'm going to have Preston on as my guest because he's a warrior, and he's been bringing the truth in a way that seems very real to me and genuine, to where even if I don't necessarily agree with everything he says, I do like the way he presents himself and the logic that he's bringing to the table. And I'd like to see more flat earthers like him stepping up. And so any more comments here? Cody Moore says, can someone tell me what the sun is? I don't know what the sun is, bro. B. Hallrock says, another sun beyond Antarctica, question mark. Yeah, I've heard people say maybe there's two suns, and maybe there could be two suns, but you have to then try to map and model that out and how that works. You know what I mean? And if there's a second sun like coming in, you know, over this map of the ice wall, and you try to add one in there, wouldn't it start melting away the ice wall if another second sun came in? You know what I mean? If you say there's one sun and it keeps this pond wet with water while there's ice around it, then if you say there's two suns and another one comes in and does something different, wouldn't it be going over this ice wall and melting it? So there's different issues with these suns that, you know, you have to try to model it and show it. And that's where you can start going crazy trying to figure it out. I miss it. Some guy says, why don't you address my Requiem says, why don't you address my question and point with compass zones? I didn't see it, buddy. I can only see 1 or 2 comments at a time that I read, and then I answer them. Eddie Lopez says, sun circles outward during winter solstice. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. You guys can't. It doesn't do this. I've proven that. Okay, a lot of people have proven that. It can't get really tight and give 24 hours on the North Pole and then loop around really wide and give all the places their correct amount of daylight hours. It doesn't work. I proved it. If it's on this outside ring where Ushuaia is, if this is the sun and Ushuaia is getting 18 hours of daylight and they aren't seeing it get completely dark, well, the sun at one point has to be on the opposite side of the dinner plate than Ushuaia. And if they don't see it get dark, but other places between them do, it's a debunk of that circle sun. Just look into it. Look into the daylight hours and watch this video over again. Watch my video, the end of the fake flat earth. Go to Serbian Conspiracy Channel and look at the videos of Ushuaia. Go to the Flat Earth Conspiracy Channel and look at their debunkings of the AE map. This thing is done. Absolutely 100% done. And anyone who refuses to accept this evidence is being naive or purposely deceptive. There's no other way around it. Flat Earth Engineer says, Jake is saying the sun works like the globe. No, I did not say that. I never said that once in this whole entire thing. Oh, Requiem says it's an easy way to show we live on a globe with a south and north pole. No, if you think we live on a globe, then you're an idiot. You're going bye-bye, Mr. Glober. Bye-bye, Glober. And so, yeah, any more questions? I see 49 people hit the thumbs down. Like, these are, like, who are, these are just haters at this point. Like, Globe Earth, I get thumbs down from the Globe Earthers, and then I get thumbs down from crybaby fat flat earthers who don't want to give up their little security blanket, Frisbee. It's the best we got. It's just a symbol. You shouldn't say that. It makes us look bad to the newbies. Oh, God, the most terrible arguments why we should continue using a fatally flawed map that can be beat up. You know, I just don't get it. Yeah, go ahead. Hit them all. Go ahead. Losers. Keep hitting it. Keep hitting that. Yeah, go. Then go over to Dubay's channel and tell him how awesome he is. And then go over to D Marble's channel and tell him how badass he was when he did that, when he said that I look like Shaggy from Scooby-Doo. And then he whipped out his money at the camera. That's who we're dealing with. Dealing with a guy who dresses like a lady and then dresses like other men. You know, we're dealing with Patty the tranny. We're dealing with Mark, the professional moron who's been getting every TV interview and making us look completely asinine. Then you got Jaron, who can't get any of his curvature experiments to work. He screws them up all the time. This is it, man. This is your Flat Earth Society. Walking, talking, breathing Flat Earth Society. And then the people who follow them, wow. Wow. Even when you prove that these people are full of shit beyond the shadow of a doubt, there's still people who follow them. And just go, no, Jake's a shill. I'm going to go make a meme of Jake and put his face on a snake and then say, Jake the snake, you're fake. Oh, cool. That doesn't debunk anything I said. That doesn't debunk reality. The reality is we don't live on a fucking blue frisbee, as I proved. Game, set, and match. Bang that dislike button all you want, you haters. It ain't going to change the fact that it's wrong and you'll look stupid. If you want it, go ahead and take it. Take it just like Mark did on TV. Represent us with that. You won't be representing me, though. You'll be representing the fake Flat Earth. Flat Earth Bastard says Rusty is probably sleeping. No, he's down the hall waiting for me to take him on a walk, which I'm going to do right now. Then I'm going to shut this down because now I'm just getting pissed off. Hi, Danielle. Hi, Flat Earth Bastard. All right, guys. So I'm going to condense this down and edit this big, long-ass video to like only an hour long. And I'm going to post that on Flat Earth Asshole channel like probably tomorrow or the next day. So you'll have that video to show all your friends. And it'll be a more condensed, way better version of this live stream. And I'll include all my screenshots in the video so they're nice and crystal clear instead of the TV screen. But I wanted to do this live debunking and show you guys why all these top channels are working together and why they're all full of shit and they're all knowingly pushing a fatally flawed model on purpose. They are knowingly doing this. This is not a mistake. So anyway, I guess I'll catch you guys later. This has been the one and only Flat Earth Asshole signing out. Peace.